Buying the right health insurance plan for your family involves more than just simply looking at premiums and deductibles. Like car insurance and home insurance, we're going to be seeing a lot more of a push in the marketplace where consumers can actually start selecting the type of health insurance plans that they want. The problem is that we don't have all the information as necessary to help us determine how do we go about selecting the right insurance policy for our families. That is why we've put together a series of videos that will show you in 6 steps what are the things that you need to do in order to buy the right health insurance policy for your family. These steps are sequential, and we begin with the first step. The first thing that we need to do is to determine each family member's insurability. What that means is asking yourselves the questions of whether you have pre-existing medical conditions or not, and what kind of lifestyle do you live. The answers to these questions will determine if you're going to be approved or if you're going to be approved with certain conditions or if you're going to be declined. Now, if you're declined, it doesn't mean that it means that you're declined for private health insurance, but it doesn't mean that you can't get, for example, state risk pool insurance. And there's some other things that you can take into consideration to improve your chances of being approved, at least with certain conditions. Now, the next step is to determine what your family's expected healthcare needs are. What that means is, let's suppose that you don't have health insurance, and it's a normal year, and you have normal healthcare needs during the year. For example, you know that you're going to get sick so many times during the year. You know that you have to have a certain amount of medicine that you take maybe on a monthly basis. Things like that, or having to go to the dentist. So you're going to write everything down for you and your family, and then we're going to associate some costs related to all these things. The third step is to actually determine what you would normally spend during a year in expected healthcare needs. So we already have the regular procedures that you're going to need during the year, but you also need to add to that the premiums. Once you add the premiums, you get a true picture of what you're going to spend during the year, and then you can start playing around with, well, maybe if you raise your premium, if you take on more of those expenses on your own, then you can lower the premiums, and then the total expense actually lowers. So that's the thing that we're going to play around with here in the third step. The fourth step is to now take a look at the unexpected expenses that you might have for medical care, and these are all due to catastrophic events. Catastrophic events could be a chronic illness, could be an accident, could be an injury, basically anything that you could not pay for all on your own. But you do need to understand how much can you pay towards these medical expenses. And then the fifth thing is to take a look at other coverage considerations. There are some certain things that you want to take consideration, such as, are you planning on having a baby in the next 6 months, or maybe you're interested in being able to deduct your healthcare expenses, and for that we have a very useful tax instrument called a health savings account that we're also going to talk about here. And then lastly, in step 6, we put everything together. What you can expend in case of a catastrophic event, plus what you can comfortably budget for a normal year and expected routine care expenses, plus your health coverage extras. And then we can select the right mix of deductibles, coinsurance, drug benefits, and coverage extras that you desire. The next video will begin with step 1, determining your family members' insurability.